So, it looks like Dave Gilmour and Roger Waters have finally put down the boxing gloves to re-release Animals. The classic album, remastered in 2018, finally gets a release date. Today on Indie Miners, we're going to have a brief look and tell you why we're excited.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Indie Miners. Ben and Al with you here, and today we have a special. We're reviewing the 2018 remix of Dogs by Pink Floyd, and this is in lieu of the 5.1 release of the album Animals, which Dogs is within, which is going to be released in September. Good morning, Al. I bet you're looking forward to this one.
Oh, g'day, mate. Look, it's been a long time in the works. Very much looking forward to giving this a review and listening to the full album when it comes out soon, mate.
Yeah, no, absolutely looking forward to it. So I might get into the rundown today, a little bit of background about the album and the remix. So Dogs is from the 1977 album by Pink Floyd, Animals. It has been released 3 times now from a digital point of view. So on Spotify, you'll be able to see the original. There is a 2011 version that did exist. However, interestingly enough, I think they've taken that away. And of course, this version. Now, this version has been mixed in 5.1. We're now reviewing today the 2.0 version, and it has been delayed. So the reason it's been 4 years between the actual completion of the remix as well as what we see today is because there has been some squabbling by Dave Gilmour and Roger Waters around liner notes. So that's very interesting. I shake my head, but we are where we are. So in terms of what the Spotify numbers were coming back with, it's unsurprising that they're different. Now, these are different mixes. We had information about the 3 versions of the song thus far that have been released. And the thing that struck me when looking at it was that there was increased liveness between the original as well as the new mix, as well as a less acousticness. So I interpreting that, and especially listening to the song, as being, I guess there's more instruments that are coming through, and I think that's a testament to the rating that you might actually see. Yep. I also looked at some of the waveforms between the new and the old version. You did see subtle differences between the 2 tracks at various points in time, as you can see on the screen. This one is from the middle section where there is that instrumental pause, I guess, between the 2 sections of the song, if you like. So I thought that was very interesting to see. But interesting to sort of hear your initial thoughts on what you thought of the song. Also, just to see if it whets your appetite around what is about to be released.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, look, I'm fortunate enough to have 2 systems in my little man cave here. So I've got the 2.0 set up with my Bowers and Wilkins and Marantz amp, and that was the first protocol that I went to play this using Amazon HD to get the full effect and the best quality, and it sounds amazing. I actually read a few of the comments on the official Pink Floyd YouTube channel to kind of give a bit of an insight of what other people are thinking, and there were some really interesting comments there of people saying it's really bassy and really punchy, which I definitely agree with. You can hear the punch kicking pretty early, but no George Lucas level of dramatisation of what the original was meant to be. I then compared it to the 5.1.2 system I've got on for the kind of home theatre setup there, and even that, the separation, because of the Dolby kind of upscaling automatically of the song, sounds amazing. Like the actual dogs you can hear barking in the corners of the room. So I can only say how excited I am about the release of the 5.1 version coming out very soon. But all in all, my only wondering is, and again, I was guided by a person's comment on the YouTube channel, is it as angry as the original? And I think what we're saying, mate, from the data is it's actually not quite as dark and angry as the original. So whether that's going to suit all fans, I don't know. But I've got to say I'm excited for the re-release, mate.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting that that questioning of whether it's as angry is being seemingly supported by what we're seeing coming through in the Spotify stats. But for me, I found it fascinating in some sections. As I said, it's a 17-minute song. There's a lot that goes into a 17-minute song. I think the striking bits that I was noting is the "Gotta Be Crazy" part in the first section. I had to do a double take around whether the actual vocals were a different take to what was coming through in the original, and it turns out it is, but you're hearing it in a much more live fashion. So it seems like there were certainly things that may not have come out and been compressed or hidden in how it was originally configured. And likewise, the middle section was very interesting around some of the oscillizations that were coming through. It didn't seem to be as apparent in the older version. So I think that there were certainly things that you could pick up as you went along that were seemingly, or I think subtly different. And I think for me, I could see that the original version did have a number of things going on with it that potentially could have been hidden just as a result of the available technology at the time. So this is almost like a faceless. You're hearing things that did actually get recorded, but may not have been able to be part of the track when it was originally cut.
Yeah.
So that's our first impressions of the album. Our maybe just a final word. We won't go into the rating. We'll leave that till the 5-point version gets released. Any final concluding comments?
Yeah, look, mate, I'm excited. That's all I've got to say. I've loved this song for 20 years since you first played it to me over a few glasses of dry red from that cask when we were uni students, mate. And I thought, I don't know about a 17-minute song, but my question is it their best song from their best album? I don't know. That's for the fans to decide, but I'm excited about the full re-release and the 5.1 especially.
And I can definitely guarantee that dry red cast was definitely top notch.
It was rubbish, mate.
For me, probably the concluding comment is that I think this is great to listen to. It is one for the fans. However, I'm not sure if you're not a fan of Pink Floyd or not a fan of Animals for that matter, that this probably brings anything new to the table to convince you otherwise. I could see myself listening to this particular version of the album, in 6 to 12 months' time. But at the same time, if I only had the original version, I wouldn't be too disappointed. So I think that's good to listen to, good to sort of see something done a little bit differently. But again, looking forward to the 5.1 version, just to see if there are different things that are coming out when you put it into a surround sound setup. So that is today's review of Dogs by Pink Floyd. That wraps up another episode of Indie Miners. Please look to subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter, and let us know if there's an album you would like us to look at. So until next time, bye for now, and thank you for watching.